Hey there, it's Rachel Mullins, the host of Hashtag No Filter Fridays on Public House Media.
Do you need some extra motivation in your life? Are you looking to be inspired? If so, then look no further than the Good God Company.
At the Good God Company, their mission is to create and clothe all loving humans with their unique, inspiring, and beautifully designed t-shirts.
All of the products from the Good God Company are equally designed to motivate you and improve your life. From their mugs, workout tanks, to eye-appealing shirts and sweatshirts.
Learn more about their renowned products by visiting thegoodgodcompany.com. That's thegoodgodcompany.com.
The Good God Company is proud to support Public House Media. The Good God Company. I'm feeling good.
This is Danny Domer, host of Podcast, A Star Wars Story, here on Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you're done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my show, Podcast, A Star Wars Story, where we talk about Star Wars and everything there is to know about Star Wars. A new show comes out every other week, also known as bi-monthly for you calendar folk. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you never miss an episode of Podcast, A Star Wars Story. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Coffee with Katie on Public House Media, sponsored by the Good God Company. Keith is off rubbing shoulders with the muckety mucks downtown. He's working on something. I don't know. It sounded very important, though. Full disclosure, I do not have coffee today. I have hot chocolate. Hello, Mr. Fuzzy Face. Mr. Fuzzy Face is joining us. I don't know how to work the coffee maker. No, not for you. So, hot chocolate it is for me. When Keith told me I would be doing this show by myself, I had a hard time figuring out what I was going to talk about. But then I decided I really love history, and I would find, if anything interesting happened on May 17th throughout history. Fun fact, onthisday.com is incredibly unreliable. They have the year right for most of the stuff, but not the date. So all this really cool stuff I wanted to tell you, like one of the Cubs pitchers, Zabel, we'll say Zabel, pitched 18 1/3 innings of relief. That's the longest consecutive relief innings pitched in one game. So things like that, they were going to be really cool for me to talk to you about. Turns out, not a lot of cool things happened on May 17th, but I found a couple things I thought I would share with you, you might like. I had tours today. My throat is very sore, so excuse me while I take sips of my soothing hot chocolate. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about is Anne of Denmark. In 1590, May 17th, 1590, Anne of Denmark was crowned queen consort. She married James VI and James I. It was really confusing. I don't understand royalty. Americans don't, but that's why we're fascinated by it, I think. I think he was James VI of Scotland, but James I of England. So I think it was the same guy. I'm pretty sure she was married to one guy who gave himself several titles. Anyway, she married the king when she was 15 years old, and she was crowned queen consort. And I had to look that up. I never heard of queen consort before. Apparently it means she doesn't have any powers. All she is married to the king. A queen regent means she is the ruling monarch. Did you hear that? Mr. Fuzzy Face is weighing in. So queen consort, no powers, but you still get to be queen. Queen regent, you get a lot of power. So Anne gave birth to 7 children, had several miscarriages. Only 2 of her kids survived her, which I guess was pretty common in the 15 and 1600s. What's interesting though, well, hi Keith. Oh, look, I can bring you on camera. Look at this. They'll receive an invite. Hi, join us if you can. It says adding you. And Public House Media says hi. Hello, Public House Media. So, apparently Anne and James had a pretty good marriage for their first couple years, but then, it fell apart because that's what happened, apparently. And it got even worse after she told him she would not be having any more children. After 7 pregnancies, she said, nope, no more kids. And so that made him upset. I think she's entitled. At that point, 5 kids have died. She's only got 2. She's had 7 pregnancies. Yeah, I think it's okay if you're done. They already had the heirs. They had 2 or 3 boys. Anyway, that's Queen Anne of Denmark. Connie Mack Day in 1941. Connie Mack is baseball royalty. Very famous manager throughout the years. He was the first manager of the Philadelphia Athletics. Today is the Oakland Athletics, but they started in Philadelphia, then moved to Kansas City, and then Oakland. Anyway, here again, Public House says, who's Public House? Is that you, Keith? I'm going to try adding you again. I don't know if that's you or not. We'll find out. Mr. Fuzzy Face is about to jump out. Come on up. Nope, not gonna do it. Everyone's ruining my show. Keith's trying to get in, the Fuzz is trying to get in. Anyway, Connie Mack was a really great manager. He was not a great baseball player. He mostly played catcher. But he was an amazing manager, and he managed for 50 years. Until he was 87. Stop, Mr. Fuzzy Face. Mr. Fuzzy Face keeps trying to knock over my little stand. Stay there. Let's see how this goes. 50 years he managed until he was 87, and he retired. And he said when he retired, "This is Keith," Public House Media says. Hi, Keith. Thanks for joining us. I tried to invite you on camera, but I don't know if you couldn't accept or wouldn't. Anyway, Connie Mack. So because he was manager forever, he holds records for everything. He holds records for wins, for losses, for different World Series things. It's just ridiculous. So I had to write it down so I could tell you all. So the record for wins, 3,731 wins, 3,948 losses. The Philadelphia A's were pretty bad for a while. Number of games managed, he holds the record, 7,755. His victory total is almost 1,000 more than any other manager because he managed for 50 years. He was a really cool guy, it sounds like. He said he was retiring at 87, not because he was old, but because people wanted him to. Isn't that sad? He passed away when he was 93. But as people age, they tend to get set in their ways. Let me try to view as me. Okay, you do that, Keith. Get set in their ways, and of course people can become against change. Like Phil Wrigley was not going to have lights at Wrigley Field because night games just weren't going to be a thing. So Connie Mack had a hard time coming back after World War II and how baseball changed with that, and did not like technology. For example, he never installed a phone between the dugout and the bullpen. I'm not really sure how he called the bullpen. If someone had to walk there every time he wanted a pitcher to warm up, I don't know. He wouldn't install a phone, though. I don't know. See if there's anything else I wanted to tell you on here. Oh, so his record for World Series, he went to 8 World Series with the A's, won 5 of them. He is the only manager to win consecutive World Series on separate occasions. So he won the World Series in 1910 and 1911 and 1929 and 1930. Well, that's pretty cool. The Cubs would have liked to have won any of those. Would have been nice. Yeah, 1910, the Cubs won the pennant, and we lost to the A's in the World Series. Anyway, about the most interesting thing I found that happened on May 17th. In 1965, the FBI declared that the song Louie Louie was unintelligible. Apparently, this rumor was going around that the lyrics to Louie Louie, da, 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 you know, that song. Apparently, the lyrics were dirty, pornographic. Apparently, Robert Kennedy, when he was Attorney General, was receiving letters from these concerned parents that their kids are buying pornography in the form of this album. And some people said you could only hear the bad language if you played it at a slower speed, or if you got the single version, not the album version. So the FBI spent 2.5 years investigating this song. 2.5 years. I don't know how it could have taken that long. They interviewed different people, like the songwriters. I'm not sure how that didn't just put it to rest, but it didn't apparently. They played the song at various speeds, and the quote says, let's see, they declared the lyrics to be officially unintelligible at any speed. There you go, officially unintelligible. I had to look up what the lyrics are because I've never understood what they are. And probably because it's nonsense. The person speaks in child speak. So it's Louie Louie, me gotta go. Me catch a ship across the sea. You know, me think of girl constantly. I dream she there. Nonsense. It's annoying. There were a couple explanations for why the song is the way it is. One is that the lead singer had pulled an all-nighter. He had a 90-minute marathon practicing this song, and so his voice was strained by the time they went to record it. When they recorded it, they thought that was the practice session, but it turns out they only had time for one recording. So they didn't give it their best. It was a cruddy recording in a cruddy studio. The lead singer also had to stand on his tiptoes. The microphone was too high, so he had to do this into the microphone. What else happened? Oh, and he had braces on. I don't know if you guys have had braces, but I had braces. And it can be difficult to enunciate with those things on. And yeah, that's what I wanted to tell you. So I thought that was the most interesting thing, that yes, this is what our taxpayer money is being spent on, song lyrics. The one person they never asked is the guy who sang it. Jack Ely, I'm not sure. Keith says, I could never figure it out. That's crazy. yeah, I was listening to the song and reading the lyrics at the same time, and they don't match up. It makes no sense whatsoever. So I'm just going to stick with the words that I made up so very long ago. Also, did I tell you onthisday.com is terribly unreliable? I think I told you that. Anyway, well, they also said that Stevie Wonder released You Are the Sunshine of My Love on May 17th. I always thought it was Sunshine of My Life, and I can't. Some people do think it's Sunshine of My Life, and I'm not really sure. I didn't look at it anymore because that website lied to me, and I had to look at different things that actually happened on May 17th. But I always thought it was Sunshine of My Life. But as the person who has sung Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood wrong for 20 years, I really can't be trusted on that one. So I should probably look it up. Anyway, I think that's all I had to tell you. Yeah. It's not as fun when Keith isn't here. We don't have a back and forth. I don't know how to end it. It's just a fuzzy face is taking a bath now. So I think I'm going to let you go. I'm going to enjoy this hot chocolate because it's cold. It was supposed to be 70 degrees today, guys. And it's always colder at Wrigley. It's about 10 degrees colder inside the park than it is outside. It was supposed to be 70 degrees. I looked at my phone at 2 o'clock this afternoon and it was 56. Not sure who's in charge of the weather, but they called that one wrong. And so I was cold. Now I have to huddle over hot chocolate because I'm still cold. Anyway, I've taken up enough of your time. Thanks for staying, guys. Hope you have a great evening. This has been Coffee with Katie on Public House Media, sponsored by the Good God Company. You guys have a great night. Bye.